Hello and welcome to the Dominaria episode of Commander Durdle. So from Dominaria I've elected to choose Jhoira, Weatherlight Captain. It's a legendary creature. It's a 3/3 for 2 blue-red and has whenever you cast a historic spell, draw a card. So artifacts, legendaries and sagas are historic. So for my seed pool from the set, I've pulled out, the vast majority of these cards are cards that reference historic in some way. Also you can see a number here are artifacts themselves. So yeah, that's going to interact nicely with this. There's a number of different decks on EDH Rec, which is the algorithm that Architect uses for its card suggestion section, which we're going to be using when we do a search for cards. And you know, there's a number of things it may suggest. I'm not going to go all in with the historic mechanic. I'm really more interested in just the artifact aspect of this, so I'm going to be biasing any suggestions for picks towards artifacts rather than legendaries or sagas, but we'll see how we go. You never know, we might end up down Myr Tribal, but I don't think so. So we've got, under the creature section, we've got Artificer's Assistant. Again, tied to the casting of historic spells. Diligent Excavator. So that actually mills our opponent, or mills a target player, including us it could be, if we wanted to. So whenever you cast a historic spell, target player puts the top 2 cards of their library into their graveyard. This may end up getting removed. It's purely in there at the moment to try and force the algorithm to move towards historic. Jhoira is familiar. Well, it's a namesake, but also historic spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. We've got Traxos, Scourge of Krog, which has this interesting untap ability whenever you cast a historic spell. It's a ridiculous creature. You know, it's like a 7/7 for 4, but it enters the battlefield tapped and it doesn't untap during your untap step. So this is how this untaps within itself. Obviously there are cards in Magic which you could also use to untap it as well. So we'll see if any of those get suggested. We have an artifact creature construct, where you can return another target historic permanent you control to its owner's hand. So, and it's a May effect, so, or a May trigger. So the nice thing with this, if we have any like nice ETB stuff, we can like bounce it back to our hand and recast it. And then we've got Mishra's Self-Replicator. So whenever you cast a historic spell, you may pay 1. If you do, create a token that's a copy of Mishra's Self-Replicator. So that's interesting. Then in other areas we've got things like Curator's Ward, which is an enchantment. So when enchanted permanent leaves the battlefield, if it's historic, draw 2 cards. So it gives hexproof to a permanent. So we could hexproof up Jhoira. We've got Opt, which is just simply a scry card with draw a card stapled to it. So it's in here because we're playing blue-red, and it's useful utility card outside of the theme of the deck. And then we've got Unwind, which is a counterspell, but also untap up to 3 lands. And then we have Divination, which was also in the set. So there's a number of interesting non-historic utility cards in the set, which we can leverage in the deck. A couple of artifacts beyond the creatures. So we've got Throne Temple Gateway. Again, something that interacts with historic permanents. And then we have Weatherlight. And so it's this sort of top of the deck tutoring. It does have a name, and I can never remember what it's called, because I saw it the other day when I was looking at another set. And yeah, that does have a term in Magic where you're always looking at the sort of top 5 cards of your library. And then over in the land section, in addition to just the islands and the mountains from the set, I put in the 2 memorials, 2 on-colour memorials. So one draws card, the other one destroys target lands. And also the 2-colour land, where it enters the battlefield tapped unless you control an island or a mountain. So that was one of those check lands which were part of a cycle in the set. So there's the blue ribbon. And then we've got this one, Zolfirian Void. So when you enter the battlefield, you scry for 1, and it just taps for colourless mana. So let's see where this takes us. My plan is to make this an artifact heavy deck. That's the idea. So I'll probably start off with those to try and push me in that direction. I've got a fairly low land count because I'm suspecting that when I go down the artifact route, potentially I could end up with a lot of mana rocks. But again, we'll see. Maybe I should check first of all and just see what it's going to suggest Planeswalker wise. Okay. So this one spits out servo tokens. Target artifact you control becomes a copy of another target artifact or creature you control until end of turn. That's interesting. This is one of these planeswalkers where you've probably seen these later in Magic's history where there was no way of increasing the loyalty counters. Like normally, up to the point when we start to see these style of planeswalkers, you normally had like a plus ability, and then the second ability was something that took away counters or sometimes did nothing. There were a few variations around that, didn't alter the loyalty counters. And then the ultimate ability took away a large amount of the loyalty counters, but then had this massive effect. So with these, what the idea was, you cast this, comes in with 5, and then through the game you just strategically activate its ability until eventually its loyalty completely depletes. Obviously you can use tricks like proliferate and other techniques which can increase counters to buff this up. But yeah, it was interesting style of planeswalker. I don't know if I want it in this deck necessarily. Seems a bit more at home in a sort of blue-red instants and sorceries type build. This, however, if I'm playing artifacts, may take me in an interesting direction. We'll go with that for the moment. I mean, the other thing I was expecting it to suggest was other sort of artifact-friendly planeswalkers, but yeah, I'm sure we might see those later as the durdling progresses. So let's just decide what we can do here. Okay, Counterspell. It's suggesting a number of cards which bounce artifacts back at instant speed, which is useful if there's board wipes. It's handy because it's got cycling on it, so if it's something I don't want to do, I can get to draw another card. If your next main step, main phase, I don't know. How are we doing? I think that's enough for the moment. Let's take a look at some sorceries. Fabricate. Okay. Look at some enchantments next. Ooh. What do we got here? I'd forgot about that. I didn't really look at the sagas, did that? Oh no, it was in Modern Horizons. Okay. If you draw a card, except the first one you draw, in each of your draw steps, draw 2 cards. Sounds good. Draw a card, heuristic study. Escape cost is equal to the cost. Okay, artifacts and creatures. So maybe I should go for artifacts first, but before I do that, let's have a quick look at the land situation. I'll stick that in, and a reliquary tower. And let's stick in the artifact lands. Where's the red? The red one gone. Oh, there. So it's just I didn't recognise the artwork. Academy Ruins. Inventors Fair. Cool. Now, oh, why not? Buried ruin. Try that. We need to just reduce the land count here a bit. So. In terms of our basic land. Oh, what did I just do there? Better. Okay, artifacts next, because I'm interested in, if I bias this towards artifacts, what sort of utility creatures I'm going to get, so I'd rather do the creatures last. Okay, so I want a soul ring, I want an arcane signet, so anything that helps here. Signet's always nice. Anything that reduces the cost of artifact spells. Things like Thought Vessel. That's good. Go. Isochron Scepter. Oh yeah, imprint. It's fun. Do I include more of these to up my artifact count? Add one mana of any colour among legendary creatures and planeswalkers you control. Well, that was in the set, I did forget about that. I could put in the Myrs for mana generation. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. As long as the reality chip is attached to a creature, you may play lands and cast spells from the top of your library. Reconfigure turn of blue attached. Everflowing Chalice. Just always check to see what's down the bottom. Oh, I could play a spell sky, I suppose. Right, 14. Yeah, still got plenty of... See, actually saying that some of these are going in the creature slot, so they're not pure artifacts, that's fine. So I stuck in... Oh wow, we've got hardly any red in here. I suppose that doesn't surprise me. Okay. What's this? Displace a kitten? Whenever you cast an... One thing I should do actually is I'm just going to bring up, don't do this very often, just going to bring up a Scryfall thing. See if I can find some alternate wind conditions. It was Hellkite Tyrant, Mechanized Production. Give it a go. Mechanized Production, Hellkite Tyrant. See where that pulls me. How are we doing? 4 cards, okay. 4 cards. Okay. Yeah, this deck looks super durdly. Yeah, sure, we've got a couple of alternate win conditions in here. But not really sure quite how you're supposed to win with this deck, but that's part of the fun. Certainly got some interesting interactions. Okay, what I'm going to do is look at a few sample hands, I think. I'm not going to be able to... Probably there'll be a limited amount of stuff I can gain from goldfishing the deck, doing some play initial sort of testing, but we'll see. It looks like it's a sort of deck which is just going to draw loads of stuff and give us lots of responses, but like I said, I'm not quite sure here. It's not a quick win. I mean, the other thing I could do, yeah, I mean, I suppose there's a number of really juicy big creature artifacts that I could stick in here to just swing with, I suppose. But anyway, let's have a look and just see how quickly we get up to speed. So slightly lower than usual land count. You can see we've got some pretty, the curve on the artifacts is pretty low, relatively speaking. Yeah, it's got, most of our deck is in this area. What's on 9-drop then? Oh, Blasphemous Act. Yep, no surprise. Now let's export this. Just in case. Oh, it's legal. And has a salt sum of 42. Well, expensive deck. Just use the old playtester because it's a bit easier to see the cards, I think. So okay. Wow, 4 land. Interesting. What's that come out? Turn 4. I suppose I could have done something that played off. We got a little bit of life gain going on this deck, not a ton, but I don't know whether that was a sub-strand that was worth thinking about. See, at the moment the trouble is I have no blue. Got a turn 5 Hellkite. Although I put a bit of a target on it. At the beginning of upkeep, if you control 20 more artifacts, you win the game. Really want to probably wait. Or gain control of all artifacts that player controls, yeah. Maybe a bit later. So turn 4 Solemn. And unless we get blue out, we won't be able to cast this. So lots of stuff here that would go out turn 4, or I can choose to do turn 4. Let's just... Okay, I can just cast that. So yeah, that's good. That'll at least give me blue. Goes into play tap though, so I can't do anything yet with it till the following turn. token that's a copy. Yeah, I can't get that out yet. Okay, maybe I should get that out. Okay. Now I can start casting this. What's Psi do for me? Okay. Yeah, no, I really need that out. I can start drawing cards. Okay, so let's see. Got Brainstorm, so I can brainstorm. Fine. Artifacts, legendaries and sagas. Maybe I should just get that out. Okay. Yeah, start getting these out and then start pushing out those. I can brainstorm if I want to. It's fine. To get Herald out, which is good. Now, if I... where's it gone? Beginning, okay, create a token that's a copy of an enchanted artifact. I suppose what I should do is just enchant up my mana generators. Although this is weak, if this isn't in play then I've got a problem. But yeah, it's an interesting thought. So yeah, I'm just pumping out artifacts. Now if I start pumping these out, then all these are going to start triggering. Okay, that took a while to build up. Let's just try a new game. Oh, there's a fire diamond. Turn 2. So mountain. Nothing else yet, so one lander. Oh, we might be stuck. Most definitely we can't cast anything. That's not good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, got to discard. Let's just take that out. Oh dear. Not good. Not good at all. No. We've got a mock sample we can get out. But of course we can't. We haven't got our... Oh, there's an island. Wow. And I've got to yeah, I should have discarded. That's not good. Okay, let's try another hand. Oh, that's better. What have we got here? Padim. Inventors Fair. So what's the earliest we can get? Is that turn 3? Yeah. Okay. That's a voltaic key. Well, that's good. Get that out. What should I do next? Maybe I'll put my second island out because I've got something here with 2 blue. If you draw a card, accept the first one you draw. Yeah, okay. Get that out. Can't cast that yet. But I can cast that. Fire Diamond that's good. That's good. Yeah, things are starting to... So, yeah, okay. That was a bit of a better position that time. So, one okay thing, one bad, one pretty good. So, let's have a look. Okay, yep, another good hand. We've got 5 land in here. And a Lightning Greaves. Now, get that out. Get our Lightning Greaves out. Doesn't really matter, I suppose. Oh, get our Reliquary Tower out. And then we can cast our commander. And really, at this point, yeah, we're in a really good position. So, apart from the Blasphemous Act, everything here is castable. I can obviously equip up that. Nice. Yeah. Okay. Everything's gonna drop okay. Much better. Okay, let's have a look again. Okay. Go white. I'll take key turn 1. 4, so as long. Yeah, it's hands like these. We've got a mana drain, but we need double blue for that. Swiftfoot boots. Might as well get that out turn 2. And now we're, yeah, stuffed. Okay. Oh, there's an island. Also got a mana drain. Mechanized Production. I can, yeah, so here I would probably want to do a Divination, draw 2 cards, sets me up nice for next turn. Yeah, still falling short on the islands, and I can't cast my commander. Not so good. There is a commander sphere. So I can get that. So now, once I tap for the next turn, this is okay. So that's good to know. Oh. Do I want to get some stuff out there to avoid... discarding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, no. Okay. Yeah, things are a little bit tight. Just try a few sample hands. So 2 islands. And 2 Lightning Greaves. Etherium Sculptor would be castable. Reality Chip. So those are 3 drops, aren't they? think maybe I would cut that. And that, and do this maybe. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to rebalance my lands. I'm always doing that. In fact, it's very tempting. I'm looking at this. Well, I suppose we've got the command. It's got red in it, but yeah, there's not many red cards in here. Okay, let's just look at some sample hands. Yeah, still running into a few problems. Yeah, the deck definitely needs a lot of work, really. But it's so beyond the things I want to really cover in this episode. Yeah, I think I've seen as much as I need to really see for this. It's always interesting to try out stuff that I just wouldn't even consider, so it's good to see what cards might come up. Obviously, it's not exactly decks on the pricey side, but that's not really ever been the point of these episodes. I don't endeavour to try and not include more expensive cards. I'm sure there's some things here which could be removed to take the price down. If it's a sort of style of deck or commander you wanted to play around with. But there's a number of more pricey artifacts here as well. It's like Mox Opal. Which could probably be replaced with more budget alternatives. Probably take out the Ristic Study, and yeah, there's quite a lot of stuff here actually that I'll be able to remove. I do like this Phyrexian Metamorph. Okay, I think I'll stop there. So thanks once again for watching. As you probably guessed, I've been resting my voice a little bit more than usual. So that's why there's been a bit more of a reflective pause in this. I suppose it gives it a bit more of a even more accidental ASMR feel to it. Thanks once again for watching. Bye for now, and I will catch you in the next video.